Welcome to We Explain Things Quickly, where we help you make sense of things in under 10 minutes. Prepare yourself for a universe of staggering scale. A feudal galactic empire where politics are played with knives in the shadows and entire planets are wielded as assets. Forget about thinking machines and artificial intelligence. They were outlawed centuries ago in a great jihad. Here, humanity has evolved, pushed to its absolute mental and physical limits. And at the center of it all, the linchpin of the entire galactic economy is one planet. A desolate, sun-scorched, waterless wasteland that is simultaneously the most dangerous and the most valuable place in the universe. The desert planet Arrakis. Arrakis, also known as Dune, is the only place to find it, the prize, the most precious substance in the cosmos, the spice melange. The spice is everything. It's a geriatric drug that can extend life by centuries. It's an awareness spectrum narcotic that, for a select few, can unlock the doors of perception, bending space and time and making interstellar travel possible. The spacing field, which holds a monopoly on all space flight, depends on its navigators, mutated humans who saturate themselves in spice gas to foresee a safe path through the void. Therefore, the galactic axiom is absolute and unforgiving. He who controls the spice controls the universe. Into this deadly arena steps House Atreides. Led by the noble, charismatic Duke Leto, the Atreides are the good guys in a universe with precious few of them. They are beloved by their people, known for their honor and integrity. With the Duke is his official concubine, the Lady Jessica, a woman of unsettling grace and mysterious abilities. And there is their son, Paul Atreides, a thoughtful, serious young man trained from birth in the arts of war and statecraft. By decree of the Padishah Emperor, House Atreides is ordered to leave their lush oceanic homeworld of Caladan and take stewardship of Arrakis, seizing control of the spice mining operations. It is a tremendous honor, and it is a death sentence. The transfer is a transparent trap, a political masterstroke designed to eliminate a popular and influential house. The architects of this plot are the mortal enemies of the Atreides, the vile and obscenely wealthy House Harkonnen. Led by the monstrous Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, a man so grotesquely corpulent he requires anti-gravity suspensors just to move, they are the embodiment of cruelty, decadence, and depravity. Having brutally ruled Arrakis for decades, they are not pleased about relinquishing their prize, and they have the secret backing of the Emperor himself to destroy the Atreides once and for all. Paul and his family arrive on Arrakis to find a world that is itself a living weapon. The heat is a physical blow. Water is so scarce it is the basis of all currency and culture. To even walk outside is to risk death from dehydration. This world is home to the Fremen, the native desert tribes. Dismissed by the Empire as scattered savages, they are in fact ferocious, hyper-adapted survivors. They wear still suits that reclaim the body's moisture, and they dream of a messiah, a prophet from the stars, who will lead them to paradise and make the deserts bloom. And the desert has a god, an old god. The Fremen call it Shai-Hulud. We call them the sandworms. These are colossal, terrifying leviathans that patrol the deep desert, drawn by any rhythmic vibration on the sand. They are monsters capable of swallowing entire mining operations whole. They are also the source of everything. The spice melange is a metabolic byproduct of their life cycle. Without the worms, there is no spice. This is the central, terrifying equation of Dune. To harvest the treasure, you must dance with the dragon. As predicted, the trap is sprung. The Harkonnens, aided by the Emperor's elite, fanatical legions known as the Sardaukar, launch a devastating surprise attack. Duke Leto is killed. House Atreides is shattered.
Paul and a pregnant Lady Jessica are the sole survivors forced to flee into the open desert where no outsider has ever survived. They are presumed dead, another noble house ground to dust in the great political machine of the Imperium. But Paul is more than just a duke's son. His mother, Jessica, is a member of the Bene Gesserit, a secretive sisterhood of political and religious manipulators. For thousands of years, they have been pulling the strings of the universe, orchestrating a vast, galaxy-spanning breeding program. Their goal is to produce a prophesized superbeing, a male Bene Gesserit they call the Quetzalcoatl Haderach, who can see where they cannot, into the future. Jessica was ordered to bear Duke Leto a daughter for their program, but out of love, she defied her orders and gave him the son he craved. And Paul, this boy raised on the edge of the galaxy, might just be the one they've been waiting for. In the deep desert, crucible of the universe, Paul's transformation begins. The constant exposure to spice awakens his latent genetic abilities. His dreams become visions. He sees possible futures branching before him like 1,000 desert paths. Crucially, he sees the terrible purpose the Fremen could be put to. A jihad, a holy war fought in his name that would rage across the stars, consuming everything in its path. This becomes Paul's terrible burden. To save his people and avenge his father, he may have to unleash a fire that will burn down the galaxy. His struggle is not with monsters or armies, but with destiny itself. Embracing the Fremen culture, Paul takes the name Muad'Dib. He and Jessica teach the Fremen the Bene Gesserit weirding way of fighting, turning them into an almost supernatural fighting force. Paul undergoes the dangerous Fremen ritual of drinking the water of life, the poisonous bile of a drowned young sandworm, and survives an ordeal that shatters the final doors of his consciousness and fully awakens him as the Quetzalcoatl Haderach. He can see the past, the present, and the future. He learned to summon and ride the colossal sandworms, a feat that solidifies his status as the Fremen's long-prophesied messiah. The climax is a storm of fire and sand. Paul Muad'Dib, the boy duke turned desert prophet, leads his Fremen warriors in a full-scale assault. Riding atop giant sandworms, they surge out of the desert, a force of nature that the Harkonnens and the Emperor's legions cannot possibly comprehend, let alone fight. He retakes the planet, avenges his father in a climactic knife fight, and stands before the Padishah Emperor himself. In a final brilliant checkmate, Paul seizes control of the spice. He holds a knife to the throat of the entire universe, threatening to destroy the spice forever and thus end space travel, commerce, and the very foundation of the Empire. The Spacing Guild, terrified, backs him. The great houses are powerless. He forces the Emperor to abdicate, secures a political marriage to his daughter, Princess Irulan, and ascends the Golden Lion throne. It is a total victory. And it is a profound tragedy. Paul Atreides, the boy from Caladan, is now the emperor of the known universe, but he is a prisoner of his own victory. Trapped creature he can see, but cannot change. The final pages of Dune are not a celebration, but a quiet moment of dread before the storm, as the first winds of his terrible, galaxy-spanning jihad begin to blow. Dune is an epic that explores the complex interplay of religion, politics, and ecology, and serves as a timeless cautionary tale about the dangers of messianic figures and the terrifying price of power. It is a universe in a book, and once you've walked on its sands, you'll never forget it.